home of the brave.
Welcome to Glendale Today. I'm Mayor Jerry Weiers, and I'm very excited about this particular episode of Glendale Today because it brings attention to our veterans who have faithfully served our country. Now today I want to showcase the many services available for our veterans here in the city of Glendale. And there are many agencies that service veterans, and I've asked the leaders of the 4-H organizations to join me today to talk about how they help our veterans in our community. On the set with me are representatives from Glendale Community College as well as the Arizona Department of Veterans Services. And I'd like to begin with my guest representing our state agency. The City of Glendale is now partnering with the Department of Veterans Services to have representatives come to our Community Assistance Program, what we refer to as CAP office. Scott Fincher is the State Training Officer for that Department of Veterans Services. Scott, thanks for being here. Now could you tell us what this partnership entails and how are you servicing our veterans at the CAP office at our City Hall?
Well, thank you for having me, Mayor. The Arizona Department of Veterans Services has agreed to, with an MOU, to have a veteran benefit counselor come out to the CAP office 2 days a month to start with, to see what kind of response that we get.
Okay. What brings you to our office today?
I'm 30% service connected.
Right now, the second and fourth Wednesday of each month, we have a veteran benefit counselor who actually comes out to the CAP office and sees clients, veteran clients and their
that's
families.
right there at City Hall, so
Right
they
at
don't
City
have to
Hall.
look too hard to find it. It's right there at City Hall
That
in the
is
basement,
correct.
basically.
That is correct. And we also, through our Phoenix office at the VA regional office, we have a phone number. You'll be able to see it on the screen to call to make an appointment. Since we're not there 5 days a week at this point, they can still call to get an appointment on the days that we are there.
Well, and I know that we have an awful lot of veterans in our city of Glendale and even surrounding cities. And so, you know, my hope is that we're able to get the word out, let people know about our veterans, and get those veterans to be able to come down, instead of going all the way downtown Phoenix,
Right.
to be able to come close to the city that they live in and get that assistance that you guys provide. And I know you guys do an awesome job, and I'm really proud to have you there. Now, also joining us on the set are representatives from Glendale Community College. Now, GCC has an incredible Veteran Service Center on campus, and we have the interim president of GCC with us, Dr. Teresa Ruiz, and also with her is Chris Spicer, who coordinates programs at the Veteran Service Center at GCC. Now, you both have something new and exciting to announce, I understand. Doctor, let's start with you. Tell us more about this project.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor, for having us here today. We're always excited to talk about Glendale Community College. Coming up on March 24th, we have the grand opening of our brand new renovated and expanded Veteran Services Center.
I've heard of this. Okay,
yes.
keep going.
It's an amazing building. We've doubled in size. We've opened up the building, so there's beautiful glass storefronts. We serve anywhere between 800 to 1,200 veterans and their families each year. And we were in a very small space, and we knew that we wanted to serve our veterans in the way that they deserve to be served. So we gathered our resources, went to our governing board, and thankfully they unanimously approved for us to expand and double in size and renovate a building. It's amazing to see the progress. This was about a year and a half between planning and building under construction, and it's just about to open in the next few weeks. The grand opening is March 24th.
I know that's exciting. Chris, tell us a little bit more about it.
And thanks for having me here. All I can say is that the expansion is incredible. Our veterans will feel more at ease and at home. The whole layout of the building, the technology is incredible. Our veterans will have much more of a chance to expand their resources with the communication and techniques that we have available to them. And with all of our advisors that we have in the building, they'll be able to succeed in their educational goals a lot easier, I believe.
I know what you guys, all three of you have done is really great for our veterans. You know, we have an event we call Stand Up for Veterans that both of your organizations have participated in immensely. We started that 4 years ago, and it was a takeoff from Stand Down, which everybody is aware of at the Arizona Coliseum. And stand down to me, you know, I went to that every year when I was in the House of Representatives, and I always left there disappointed and discouraged. And I know that's not what I wasn't supposed to be doing, but I did. And it was because our veterans had gotten to the point to where we were giving them boots and pants and coats and clothes and things, and because they'd gotten to the point where they were having a hard time just making it on their own. And I thought, why did we ever let our veterans get to this point? And so 4 years ago, I came up with the concept, instead of stand down, why don't we call it stand up? And rather than letting things get horrible and then trying to bring that veteran back up to where he should have been, why not just grab him off, you know, before he goes over the cliff, pull him back a little bit and help him with those things that we can fix today before things get out of control. And I know that all of you have witnessed this. You know, our veteran starts off with something very mild. Maybe it's something as simple as a speeding ticket. And they have to decide, am I going to pay that speeding ticket or am I going to buy food for my kids? Well, they don't pay the speeding ticket. Next thing, there's a warrant for their arrest. And then all of a sudden their boss finds out, and then they're out of a job. Well, if they can't work and they lose their driver's license, then next thing their insurance is canceled on their car. Then they go out and they get pulled over and they get a ticket for not having insurance on their car. And it just, all of a sudden, it becomes this uncontrollable mess that is not what I want to see our veterans ever go through. But it also is a burden for our cities, for our jails, for our police, for our state. And why did we ever let our veterans, somebody that gave, literally told Uncle Sam, I'll give my life for this country, and here they are after they're out of service, and our country's not coming back helping our veterans. And so, to me, it was like, let's try to solve these problems before they become major problems. The Stand Up for Veterans at Glendale Community College, you guys have been a fantastic partner on that. Veteran Services, you know, we couldn't have got started without you folks. But the amount of different organizations that show up that help us with that, and we've got some more that will be coming on here later that's part of the second part of the program. But you know, it's something I'm very, very proud of, and I've seen other cities calling and asking us, how did you do this? You know, we're doing something that other cities, other states are going, you know, that's a pretty neat idea. How can we do that? So we've fielded several calls that way. Can you talk a little bit about how you help veterans, because we still got some time left. Talk a little bit more about veterans, how you guys can help them, the different things that you offer and do, and then we'll let you guys follow up with some of the things that you do with your veteran services there on campus.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk about our organization and what we do provide. Our director, Colonel Wanda Wright, has a mission, and her mission is to be the catalyst in response to the evolving needs of Arizona veterans and their families. And she's taken that role very, very seriously.
She has.
We're very proud of her and to have her as a leader. Some of the services that we provide are the veteran benefit counselors. We have 30 full-time employees around the state of Arizona, to include coming into Glendale, to help veterans file compensation claims, pension claims, claims for aid and attendance, any other federal or state benefit that might be out there for veterans, such as if something is advising them of the license indicator or the veterans license plates, or the combat veterans that come back from Afghanistan and Iraq, they have the ability to come to our office if they're in financial trouble. As you said, it's called the Military Family Relief Fund.
MRF.
MRF.
I remember
that. It's MRF. And we have other programs. We assist in the homeless program. We have the Women Veterans program. We have the state veterans homes, one in Phoenix, one in Tucson, that is skilled nursing care for veterans. And we also have 3 state memorial cemeteries, one at Camp Navajo near Flagstaff, Marana, and then Sierra Vista. So we have a wide array of services for veterans. But one of the biggest things is a lot of veterans and their families don't know about our services until they word of mouth or they get on our website and look and see what's available.
Right. Now, with Glendale Community College, that's one of the things that you guys talk to your veterans and help them out with. You sort of steer people to him sometimes, don't you?
Mm-hmm. It's not just education, it's not just a career, it's the family, it's the camaraderie. We take all of our veterans and we try to give them every opportunity to succeed by having veteran services, by having to stand up, by communicating, the needs. We try to give them a safe environment to come to us and give us what's going on in their life so that we can move forward with them. Because sometimes it's not just, going out and finding a career or job. It has to do with their family situations, paying the rent, or maybe being able to provide food, or whatever it is. By the way we've connected through Glendale Community College to our community partners out there, including the Veterans Service, we have provided a way of making that happen for them. And thank goodness. I've been a part of the stand-up for 4 years, and I'm telling you, it's made a huge difference with a lot of our veterans. I've seen so much success come out of that, and I appreciate and thank you for providing that with Glendale and allowing us to be a part of that too.
You know, one of the cool things, you talk about that, one of the cool things that we started doing as veterans go, and it's broken into many different pieces. There's the courts that have done a remarkable job helping some of the veterans get issues taken care of. What you folks do, what the Veteran Services do, and then all the other organizations. But one of the biggest pieces of pride that I get is the job opportunity part of it. We have 50 plus businesses that show up, and we put a bell out in the front, out in the center of this very, very large room. And as somebody is able to offer a job to a veteran, they bring that veteran out to the middle of the room and they ring that bell. All right, all right, yeah. And people burst into applause and cheering, and it makes the hair stand on your neck. I mean, it's a really cool feeling. The first time I did an event was at Wigwam, and it was the day after Thanksgiving. Not a great time of year, and I thought to myself, what a neat thing for a veteran to go home and say, honey, don't worry about Christmas, I got a job today. I mean, can you make a more powerful statement than that, to allow a veteran to take care of their own family and be self-sufficient? What a great opportunity. Listen, I want to thank you folks so much for coming out here. This is a great deal. Glendale couldn't be more proud of what you do for our citizens, for the veterans, and I know that you do it from your heart. We're very, very proud to team with you, and thank you so much for being part of this. Coming up next, we're going to speak with 2 more veteran service agencies here in Glendale.